Okay, so we're about to begin our little walk around the reservoir. I was looking down towards it there. I'm going to try a different way today to save me going down the massive steps. So, some dog poo there. Wish people would pick up poo after the pets. So yeah, my leg hurts a bit, not as much as it has in the past. Someone's lost a jumper there. Either that or someone's broke out of prison. Got changed. More steps. Saying that, we might go this way. See where this leads us. Yeah, as I was saying, my leg pains a little bit, but nothing compared to what it was. What I need to do is to think back to before my injury. I think my knees hurt me before I even snapped my patella tendon, so not to be confused with pains after the injury to pains I already had before, to be honest. So I've always had chicken legs, and I think that's what caused the injury in the first place, to be honest. Too much weight up above and chicken legs down below. So yeah, time to go for a walk and build up the quad again, or towards building the quad back up. Like I say, I've never been this way, but I know where I am now actually. So let's continue en route. This is where the trail begins, I think. Right, so just coming up to the entrance now. This is Entwistle Reservoir. There's people over there. Right, well, here's the reservoir. As you can see, it's quite big. Normally when I walk around this and I map it on my tracker, whatever it's called, it's a good 3 miles, give or take, so it's not a bad walk. It's all relatively flat, the surface. So there's actually a bench which I call my halfway bench, which is, I'd say it's around halfway round, but it's my nominated coffee bench where I'll sit and have a coffee or a cup of the finest tea in the land, which is Earl Grey. As I've been trying to tell my 8-year-old son. He does love a cup of Earl Grey, my lad, so he's obviously got good taste. You got all the ducks down there. So this is normally where I start off, and these are them steps that I was on about before. These ones aren't that bad, but halfway up they're just all deteriorating and pretty difficult to get up and down. Well, with my leg anyway. So yeah, this is the starting point. Let's crack on. So what you'll notice all the way around here, you've got the memorial benches. That one, as you can see, is a bit overgrown. The old wall there is broken, looking up into the woods. And it was at this point right here, I came for a late night walk just before it went dark the other night, and there was a big family of ducks, and they had little baby ducklings, or whatever they're called. Yeah, ducklings. Thinking of cygnets, but that's swans. Ducklings are baby ducks, aren't they? Anyway, massive family of ducks, and you know, like when they come up to you and they start hissing and things like that. So it was pretty awkward really, because I couldn't get past them, and obviously I didn't want to turn back. And then on my way back I got stuck behind them again, so I think they won on the way back because I actually had to go over that grass there. So yeah, ducks won, Scott nil. Some more memorial benches. Nice view of the woods again. You've obviously got this memorial bench, which is a bit newer than the others. Which is pretty sturdy. I'm sure it'll stand the test of time, that one. You got your good old fashioned picnic bench there. For people like me, I'm only 3 minutes in, I'm out of breath already. But I'll save it till my halfway coffee bench, which I presume is halfway, give or take. It's a big feather. Some more ducks. And obviously you can see where what I presume the water was up to. But obviously it's evaporated or whatever, faded away. Global warming, who knows? So just at I was going to say we're at a bridge, but well, it's not a bridge we walk underneath anyway. I think you still call it a bridge though. On this side there's like a little pond. No frogs sat on the lily pads as you see in the cartoons. There's a jogger on his way up, so normal. But last time I was here, well, I think every time I've been here I've actually seen wild deer just prancing along, so this isn't a deer right now, this is going to be a jogger. You like me? So yeah, let's carry on. So it kind of opens up a bit here. As you can see, it goes all the way down there. Back in ourselves where we come from. Oops. So I wouldn't even say we're a quarter of the way around yet. Maybe just coming up to a quarter of the way around, I'd say. It's a nice view from the of the trees over there. As you can see, that's where the path eventually goes to, over there. Still no sign of no deer yet. Seen a couple of old deers, but no actual deer. So I think we're coming up to way to the halfway bench now. Two joggers over there with a massive Alsatian that crept up on me before. Told you there's wolves around there. So we'll carry on. So just coming up to my nominated halfway coffee bench. Hopefully no one's on it, but this is where I usually see deer. It's always been around this spot here, and just like hopping around, springing back into the woods. But I don't see any today. Mind you, it's quite busy today. Nope, doesn't look like there's any out to play tonight. So there's another path that goes up there, Bob. Little bridge here. There's my halfway bench over there. To the side of the bridge. Okay, so we finally made it to my halfway bench. Thought it was really nice this because nice little memorial bench next to the river under a nice tree. I wonder if I do actually like it as much as I do, or maybe it's just because I know that I'm going to sit down and have a coffee here. No, but it is really nice. Some more memorials there. Nice little river. Some more memorials on a tree, a very young tree. The thing, what I really love about this bench is the words on it. When I first came here, I remember reading it. And I'll read it out. It basically says, "Please don't worry so much, because in the end, none of us have very long on this earth. Life is fleeting, and if you're ever distressed, cast your eyes to the summer sky, when the stars are strung across the velvety night, and when a shooting star streaks through the blackness, turning night into day, make a wish and think of me. Make your life spectacular. I know I did." So, I think them words are really nice and very appealing to everybody. So now, you have to excuse me, I'm just taking my rucksack off. Now it's time to make some big decisions. Is it going to be Earl Grey or is it going to be coffee? Well, I've gone for the coffee because I still had some fresh coffee in my travel cup. So, decent coffee as well, proper stuff, you know. The stuff you get in a bag that you do in that plunger thing. So, can't be wasted. So, time for a little break. So, this is the view when you sat on my halfway nominated coffee bench. On a nice day, it's very tranquil. Really relaxing. Like I say, you've got the river there just next to you. See all the woods over there. More woods there. And right behind me is another path which I've not been down yet. But I will one day and see what's down there. Get butterflies, bees, everything around here, just flying around, little sparrows. I'm not a bird expert, so I don't know. But you do get lots of different types of birds and stuff. Like I say, deers, animals. Sat here the other day, I felt like Snow White, you know, just surrounded in all different animals. So yeah, it really is like a really nice place to sit and de-stress and walk yourself happy, if you like. My mum actually lent me a book, which I've only read a bit of, called Walk Yourself Happy. But I think I'm already doing that, because it does make a difference. Getting out in the fresh air, having a walk. So, time for more coffee, I think. So we've left the bench now, there's the bench. Gonna head up this way and do the what I think is the second half. I've not actually done it on the maps like I keep saying. I don't know if it's halfway that or not. I don't think it is actually. I'm sure this walk's longer. This bit gets a bit steep over this edge. It's quite a small path, so got to Be a little bit careful when you're walking on these bumpy rocks. You don't want to be going down there. Just me and my shadow and trusty crutch. Sorry, the wolf beater as I call it, just in case I get pounced upon by any wolves. Just give you a bit of context of the view. Nice looking tree there. Some sort of bog or swamp or something. Well, it's not a swamp. Do we get swamps in the UK? I don't even know. What classifies as a swamp? Oh, has it got to have alligators in it or something? I was actually telling Aaron the other day, my son, about bog snorkeling, and he didn't believe me. Anyway, he only went in school, and he was at cheese rolling down the hill thing event that was on. So school was telling him about weird and wonderful British traditions, and bog snorkeling was mentioned. So for once, well, he thought I was full of rubbish as always, but I was right. Bog snorkeling, never done it, don't intend to do it, but I reckon I'd be pretty good at it. Enchanted forest. So coming towards the end of the enchanted forest now. Or as I call it, the enchanted forest, that is. And then come over to the edge here. See where the reservoir goes to. Onwards. So now we're coming up to the sculpture. I was going to say it's a herring. Now I know a herring is a fish. Is it also a bird as well, a herring? I can't remember what they're called now. I do remember when I was living at my mum's, when I was very little, our neighbours had a pond. So they bought a little plastic model of one. And the reason they do that, they put that next to the pond so other herrings don't swoop down and steal and kill the fish, basically. Because you already think one's there. I'm sure it's called a herring. Might be wrong. Anyway, this one hasn't moved since last week anyway. So there you go. Now I've actually seen pictures on Google Maps of all this being like full to the brim with water. I think it was only a couple of years ago, so like that statue was literally all around it was water going up to its base. So I've obviously only been coming here the last month really, so I don't know if the water used to be all the way up to the edge here or not. Well, going off pictures I've seen, it did. Don't know if it's natural for it to go out and come back in, but it's not a tide, is it? So I don't know. God knows. So yeah, we're going to have another little pit stop, and yeah, Earl Grey I think it is. Good choice. Earl Grey. It truly is the finest tea in the land. Well, this thing's falling out of the tree. Probably won't happen now. Oh, that was a heavy one, whatever it was. Did you hear that then? Must be something eating something up there. Squirrel tucking into a KFC, spitting the bones out. Third another one then. What? Do you know what? I thought I smelt something. Look at the size of that. I mean, what's done that? There's no cows around here, is there? That's ridiculous. I thought I'd stood in something. Anyway, gonna get moving before something falls on my head. I hope it's not one of them. Right, so we're leaving the Earl Grey pit stop and the big cow poo. We're gonna go up here. So now we enter the tree tunnel, which is good training for my leg because it's a bit steep and I need to try and get out of the habit of keeping my leg straight. Try and, like, you know, bend it slightly and use the quad more, which isn't as simple as it sounds because it's like it's too weak. So that's why I can't jog at the minute, because I can't do the part when you how can I explain it, when you're jogging and you lift your other leg up to put the other leg forward, that split second of your leg being bent and your weight being supported is my issue, because it's not strong enough to support my weight. So I'll hit the deck, but like I say, you got to keep training it indirectly, try and build it up again. We're coming out of the tree tunnel now. Looks lovely, that, doesn't it? It's a picture you could have hang on your wall, that. Very scenic. Don't know if you can see in the distance. Me and Aaron call it the castle, but it's not a castle. It looks like a mini castle, but I think it's something to do with the waterworks or something. Either that or a very small king lives in it. So yeah, onwards. There's the model of the herring. So Earl Grey bench was over there. Another memorial bench with some really bad roots, tree roots around it. Bit your ankle if you go on them. Some big trees. Beware anglers casting. So they must do, is it fly fishing if you're casting, anglers? Anglers, are they just the same as, is angling fly catching? I don't know. Fly fishing, fly catching. That's what Mr Miyagi does with chopsticks. Fly fishing. I don't know. Is that an angular? Or is that just a random overall expression for a fisherman? I don't know. Interesting about these logs, last time my son pointed it out, is they've got coins pressed into them. Is it this one? It might be the others up, further up actually. Don't know what the reason is behind that, if there is a reason or if someone's just done it just for the sake of it. But it looks like they've been banged in with a hammer, like 2p's. I'm sure there was a 50p. It was half and half. I got thinking of getting it out with a pair of pliers. I think it was an old 50 though. More woods. We've got Finish Line Castle over there, as I call it, because that's when I know the walk's over. It's very muddy. Be careful I don't slip and put me. There's some coins embedded in the wood. Some more of that. Interesting. Big tree. Another nice memorial bench. Now this bench is where me and Aaron had our Earl Grey last time we were here. I say me and Aaron had our Earl Grey. Aaron was playing around up there in the woods and I was drinking my Earl Grey. So, let's carry on. Bit of a crossroads here. Don't know what's up there, never been up there. Not yet anyway. Coming up to the castle there. Castle, I keep calling it a castle, it's not a castle, but it is to me. It's pretty warm in that sun. Now there's actually a house up here where I presume somebody lives in it. But talk about it being really isolated on its own. We'll see that when we get to it. That's a lovely shot there, isn't it? With the water twinkling off the water. The sunshine twinkling off the water, should I say. So yeah, it's pretty warm in that sun as well. Getting a sweat on here. Saying that, I've got my big coat on, so. No, I think there's another house up there. Just says no entry, private road, no access. But unless there's a house up there, I don't know. There's the castle. There's not a castle. There's the big lake we walked round. When I first brought Aaron here, I said we're going to go for a little walk, and he got to the fence that I showed you at the start of the video where we usually start off, and he just turns around to me and says, I didn't know it was this monstrosity. I thought, where's he got that word from, monstrosity? That's a big word for an 8-year-old. But have a guess. He got it off YouTube. Helicopter up there. So coming up to another bridge, and the isolated house. It's the isolated house. Not up too much because it's somebody's home, obviously. Must be nice all living there, right opposite that reservoir. And here's the castle. The castle, it's not a castle, but it is a castle. I call it a castle anyway. Finish line castle, I call it. So that means we're coming towards the end of the walk. And you know, I'd love to go into some sort of history now about the reservoir and the castle. Well, it's not a castle, but it is a castle. But I don't have any. One thing I do know about this thing is where I live next to Edgerton Cricket Club. If you go on the outskirts of the cricket field and look through the bushes, you can actually see this up on the hill. But for the life of me, I'm not looked up on maps, but I don't know where the cricket field is. I've got a feeling it's down that way. But I've got a feeling somewhere down there, like in the winter when it's not full of leaves, the trees, you can actually see a direct line of sight to this thing. I don't know what them things are down there, probably something to do with the waterworks. There's a lot of steps there as well. Don't think I'll be doing them just yet. So yeah, bye to the castle and the little mini king, and it's just a grassy knoll. Oh, there's not a lone gunman on there. Now we're on the home stretch. Now I can't remember how to get to the car. I think it's up there. Here it is. There's that sign. So that was a little, very unprofessional, unplanned walk around Entwistle Reservoir. Might have gone the wrong way here to get back to my car. Don't remember this bit. I don't think so. Hold on a minute. No, I don't remember walking down a massive road like this. Let's go back on myself. I think it was up this little side thing here. Yeah, I think it was up there. We'll see anyway. Yeah, it was definitely up here. Because, if you remember, we had the random jumper on a tree, which looks like a prison outfit. Someone's obviously escaped from jail and stripped off on the way. Yep, and now we're back in the car park. And there's the beast, the Porsche Renault Megane. So we're back in the car now. This video, what is it, 35 minutes, 36 minutes? Must have been out for over an hour. I've not checked my little walking app yet. But like I say, when I do that route, usually it's bang on 3 miles. So yeah, totally unplanned recording of Entwistle Reservoir, which I struggle to say. But yeah, training for my leg. Out in the fresh air, out in the sunshine, always good for the body and the soul. So finishing off my Earl Grey and time to drive back, I reckon. Time to blast the Wigan Pier out, drive home and have another cup of coffee. See you later.